business was good. They never anticipated the volume of high-end prisoners that happened because of the accelerating raids around the world. For example, the architect of 9/11, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, the highest-end prisoner the CIA ever held, captured in 2003. Architect of the Yemen bombing against the USS Cole. Time and time again, raids happened faster and faster as the intelligence picture clarified. And not only did the program in terms of policies and procedures mature, the sites matured. The CIA needed more sites. They started developing their own custom-built sites. The first site was not custom-built. It was a remote location that a foreign government offered the agency. The expertise the agency had in training people to talk to prisoners and determining what techniques were most effective, in determining how to build a psychological package around each individual terrorist so that you could go in and maximize the prospect that that terrorist would say, wow, they know more than I ever expected, I better speak. Better and better and better. But there was a flip side. And that was the Iraq War, the declining unity of America after the remarkable unity of 9/11 leading up to the Iraq War, and increasing questions about whether the CIA program was sustainable. Especially, and many of my colleagues would view this with some sense of pride, especially since the second wave never happened. Let me put it this way. The fact that America had the time and space to discuss what should be done in a democratic society resulted partly from the fact that there was not another major attack. Many of my colleagues are persuaded that if there had been more catastrophic attacks, people would have asked far fewer questions about what techniques America used against terrorists. Let me make it simpler. The decline of the program was partly due to the success in keeping America safe. And the debate was a good thing. The word that was used by my colleagues was simple. That word was endgame. As early as 2002, 2003, early on, the CIA was starting to say, our job is to extract intelligence from a human being, from a terrorist. We are not jailers, we are not the Bureau of Prisons, and once we extract that intelligence, we are not going to be holding people for 20 years. We don't even necessarily want to hold them for 2 years or 1 year. We want to extract intelligence and move them on to people who are professionals in incarcerating individuals. Nobody wanted to answer that question. Nobody. Because as soon as you answer that question, A, you acknowledge that there is a CIA black site program, and B, you acknowledge publicly what happened in that black site program. Leaks contributed to the endgame questions. Major leaks about locations, at least one location was closed because it was disclosed in a leak, but also more questions in the American public and among members of Congress who had not been briefed on the program. Very few were briefed. I was among those who briefed them. We told them what we were doing. We told them in some detail, but very few were briefed. Increasing questions about within the CIA what the end game is, and outside the CIA, what are they doing? Whatever happened to Khalid Sheikh Mohammed? The White House, in the memory of my colleagues, was not too excited about dealing with these questions. I don't blame them. I understand that once you open the door on the black sites, you have to answer every single question about how and why you authorize that. But this led to increasing frustration at the CIA, including frustration at White House meetings, where CIA officials time and time again told me they were saying, we cannot be put in the position of being jailers. You, the American policymakers, asked us to go down this road of detentions. You have to participate in the painful conversation about what happens after. The questions continued and got more intense.